Hello, hello, and welcome back to episode 5 of Project Skyfall. Today we got a busy episode of the second half of 1970, including our finishing of Astral Station and its trans-lunar injection, as well as a Mercury Flyby and a new program starting. This episode will be a little different than our previous episodes, but it should go back to normal in 1971. There'll be explanation of that in the future video. Please enjoy! Alright, let us begin with Traveler 4, the final Traveler mission, as the Travelers were just meant to be scouts of the inner planets and just flybys of all, so all missions to future inner planets will have their own program and own designation, so it is a sad, mournful day, but a happy one as Traveler 4 launches. And as we pitch and roll over Traveler 4, departs Hawaii for Mercury as these SRBs separate, and we have our nice launch. So today will be full, no script commentary, not much of a storyline. I know, it's unfortunate. Hopefully that will begin in 1971, but I'll explain more in the video. Going back to Traveler 4, we have a small incident. The engine explodes. Lucky for us, the Armator 5 is a way overbuilt rocket for what we're trying to do today. Thank you, Vic Cruz, aka the Seattle Research Institute of Aeronautics, is able to deliver the best product for us at the United Pacific Space and Science Administration. Luckily, it gets to orbit because of that Centaur upper stage, and as the sun rises, it is time for our fairing to deploy and release the Traveler 4 probe. Look at that! I love that. Love that split fairing separation. It's unique instead of just falling away. There it goes. How nice. Like always, this will be a SRB pushing us all the way to Mercury. I love SRB kick stages. And this one has a safe solid, so that means we can disengage it as we move, or we can turn it off basically before it runs out of fuel. So I don't know if this technology exists in real life or when it was created. I think it's kind of cool. I think it does exist, no matter. And as our orbit, what is that velocity? 6,691. I think this makes Traveler 4 the fastest probe in Earth's sphere of influence that we've flown, at least. Can't really beat it. It will definitely be the fastest object in the solar system, unless other nations have beat us to Mercury. I don't think so. I don't think anyone has. Speaking of nations, as I faff around with maneuver notes, kind of the reason that I split 1970 into two parts and why this doesn't have any, like, I would say lore, kind of like how the first two episodes, you know, I had scenes with the general, John Kerman, who I voice, and others kind of explaining what's been going on. That's because there was supposed to be like Cold War shenanigans, as well as other fun, like kind of collaboration between the 6 other creators, maybe 7. I don't remember. But we, unfortunately, due to them being more busy than I got way ahead as Traveler 4 falls away. So I'm trying to let them catch up so we can get back into doing actual fun, entertaining, quote-unquote, lore. As the next launch is happening, we have another Perseus rocket with Astral Station Crew 4. Crew 4's main goal will be to prepare Astral Station for its trans-lunar injection stage, and as well as bringing up a bunch of life support to ensure that we don't have to bring up any more life support, because it's a lot harder to get to the moon than low Earth orbit. We would have to have an entire Neptune booster designated to getting food and oxygen to the Astral Space Station, and that would be a lot It would be a lot more simpler just to add it now and have it all go at once. So that's what we're doing as the Perseus rocket lumbers off the pad. It is basically its maximum payload to orbit right now. It's around, I think it's 30 tons in total, because the Silver Star spacecraft is, I think, 14, and then we have like another 10, 15 tons of food and oxygen and stuff. Luckily, this launch is very simple. I mean, you've seen me go to Astral Station, I think, 5 times now. So I'll go back to what I was talking about earlier with the lore. So everyone is almost caught up. I know that everyone almost, I think we have half of 1969's episodes out. I'm at the end of 1970. If we have to wait any longer for 1971, which I'm going to start recording, I will just create episodes. Oh, right, this is the one with the engine failure. We have to pitch up. Sorry, this is why we script videos. There was a small problem where another engine exploded. Luckily, we have 2 on this stage. It just requires very aggressive pitch up, but we're able to continue the mission successfully with a little help from the RCS, as we see going on now. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So if there is a delay in everyone else's videos, I'm going to just make some other non-related content to Project Skyfall, which I actually also already have recorded. So I have a lot of videos, I just need to edit them. It will be very fun. But if they all catch up and I continue, or we all started 1971, there will hopefully be a lot more collaboration, a lot more Cold War shenanigans, as well as just more fun. Because right now it's kind of just been us doing our own separate things, and that isn't engaging. You could just play Kerbal Space Program yourself and do all this but again, so 1971 will be the re-beginning. As I should probably talk about the mission. We successfully docked to Astral Station. The supplies are all there. There is a docking port there's an extra docking port. One, also because the Silver Star spacecraft needs to push it there, as well as that's where the fuel will be going once we do that launch, which will be at the very end of the year. Goodness gracious. How do people talk and talk for this long? You know, sometimes it's like, I don't know how like others do it. I mean, I presume a lot of other people script these. I mean, I script my previous videos because it's easier, it's better looking, better looking, better sounding. As you can see, there's all these mistakes that I've been making because I'm just yapping. But I don't have time, unfortunately. It's just how it is. As we return to Traveler 4, it is time for us to do our correction maneuver. It's been about 40 days. It should be, I think it's a 200 meter correction, so we're using almost all of our fuel. Yeah, it's 283. We're using all of our fuel on this correction, and there's no, this probe has absolutely no reaction control authority without reaction control thrusters. So we have to be very, 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 very sparing with our movements on the probe as we fall in, as Mercury becomes a actual thing in the sky, not just a point of light. Look at that beautiful, beautiful rocky surface. Almost identical to the moon. I don't remember the exact stats. I think it's like 400 degrees on the surface. Maybe, no, it's 500, and then it's like negative 300 on the other side. That's in Fahrenheit. Freedom units! The magnetometer, I don't know why we brought that. There's no magnetic field here. At all. At least I think so. As we point, you can see Earth! Look, Earth is in the background. Traveler 4 is pointing at it. It literally ran out of fuel right here, so it's forever destined to point at Earth. Or, well, where Earth was. Earth will move. But anyways, moving on to the beginning of the Odyssey program, which is going to be a program fully focused on the exploration of Mars. There'll be more in the next episode in 1971 where we'll do, you know, a actual video with the general and everything, which will go into more detail. But the Odyssey program will begin with 2 twin probes. that will begin scanning the surface. This, of course, is Mars Odysseus 1 and Mars Odysseus 2. This is 1, the other is 2. They will both launch this year, about 10 days apart. They'll both arrive at Mars at around the same time. So they will be both launched on the Edna 3 booster. I was going to do a build video on it, or a build time lapse, just kind of showing me doing it, but if I would have, and I accidentally forgot to hit record, and then but then I recorded myself explaining the rocket, but this video episode would have been another 10 minutes because I still don't know how to consolidate my words enough. The rocket, both these probes are going to again use a SRB kick stage, so Kerbalism doesn't hurt me. I actually showed this one is done using spin stabilization, but it was not required. You could have just used. Yes, this has a reaction control wheel at the top of it, but hey, we love spin stabilization. It's fun. These probes are both going to be scanning the surface for future landers and maybe other activities that involve looking at the surface. Wink, wink. Why would you need to look at the surface? I don't know. Lots of cameras, lots of radars, just to start beginning the process of the exploration of Mars. As we see Odysseus 1 slowly move away from Earth, not fall away. We go back to Astral Crew 4. They have done their job. Astral Station now, all it needs is the fuel, the hydrolox that is needed to have enough delta V to get to the moon and stop in orbit. They see them fall away. Oh my god, I keep saying fall away as they burn away from the station and re-enter as it undocks from the service module. Yeah, look at that, beautiful. It's funny, the service module actually followed us all the way through the atmosphere. I did not expect that. It even survived. Look at it. It's slightly lighter, less dense, so it's less dense, so it was slower. So both the drogue chutes deploy, and now the main chutes. Very nice, very nice. Look at that. And we have, once they splash down, we have one more launch to go through today. Or no, two more. Looking at the timeline here, we actually have 2 more. It's the second. This one will go through quickly. Mars Odysseus 2. There it goes. Leaving the tropical Hawaii for the cold, cold desert of Mars. Nice flyby here. You're going to see this Edna 2 booster a lot more. It's very nice. It will use it to prepare our communications network in 1971, as well as just anything that requires a quite hefty probe anywhere. It's very, very, very capable. As we see, second stage of light, it rolls into its proper attitude, and another SRB kick stage. There it goes. This one, yeah, as you can see, it has SAS we did not need. This one did not use spin stabilization. Don't look at that. It maintained its proper attitude. As the solar panels deploy, and another beautiful sunrise. The final sunrise on Earth, Mars Odysseus 2. We'll see. The beginning of Mars Odyssey has begun officially. These probes should take around 180 days to get to their destination, so we'll see them midway through next episode. Oh yeah, this probe had an engine failure, so we have to burn very, very lightly, or the probe will go crazy. Luckily, we have an SRB for orbital insertion at Mars, so we will not have to worry about that. That's why we bring SRBs, so our engines don't fail, or we don't have to worry about engine failures as much. As we do our final corrections into Mars. Again, it's a little harder than Duna because the planets are less aligned in inclination. They are very well aligned in inclination, but to do these very efficient trajectories, it's a little faffing around with maneuver nodes as always. And there we go. As Traveler. Oh my gosh, this is not Traveler. We're not doing Traveler missions anymore. As Mars Odysseus 2 falls away from Earth one final time, we prepare for our final launch. As oh well, I guess this is awkward. Oh, oh, there is one more shot. Oh well, look at Earth, the blue marble. It's very pretty. Yes, yes. All right, move along. Past Sig, who edited this, please. I want one. Come on. You can see the engine failure without the HUD. Ah, here we go. One more Perseus launch. Off it goes. This time in cargo mode. Looks like a Saturn V, kinda, with like this. Even though it's based off the Saturn 1. There it goes. Another first stage. Oh, I thought the engine failed here while recording, but it just was on a separate stage. There it goes. Beautiful. It's an upgraded J2. It's only one, so if that engine failed, this mission would have been a failure. I don't know why I launched it with the the probe that had the two J2s just for redundancy. As we see, our fuel tank it's really light. It's literally all fuel. It almost has zero dry mass, so it must be a balloon tank. I actually don't know. I don't remember what mod it's from, but I love these tanks. Love the silver. Very light looking. As we struggle to dock a little bit, but in the end we are successful. Pop. And finally we prepare for our trans-lunar injection of Astral Station. 2 years in the making since we launched this station. It is a great moment for the UPSSA. As we travel off to the moon, the extra fuel tank is jettisoned. It will impact the lunar surface as we continue on to lunar orbit. Once at the moon, Astral Station begins its capture maneuver, capturing into a 52-kilometer circular orbit. As it does this, it now becomes officially part of the Silver Star program, being a great forward base of operations for our future lunar landings and beginning of a lunar base construction. We at the United States of Pacifica must become the first nation to build a lunar base. I hereby declare we will be first. Maybe. We'll see. But anyways, once we get to the moon, the S4B stage. Oh, S4? What's an S4B stage? Never heard of it. The N2B stage is decoupled and begins a deorbit maneuver where it will crash down on the Earth. And totally, somehow, this fuel tank survives a fall from orbit, and it will slowly roll to a stop, almost cartoonishly, on the lunar surface. Well, we'll leave it there. Maybe someday someone will find it. And with that, we are officially have Astral Station in its final resting place. That is going to be all. A few things to just finish up this today as Astral Station orbits. As I said, hopefully in 2 weeks, 1971's episode is out. If not, I'll be posting other videos, and I will update Skyfall then. And yeah, with that, enjoy. Go watch the other creators' episodes. But from now, we will move on. Have a good one, everyone. See you later.